62, 11 of 32 on threes, 13 of 18 at the line. They had 15 turnovers. Jamestown on 12. Jamestown with a 42-36 rebounding advantage. And sorry, got to go back to it again because it's remarkable. Points in the paint. Jamestown 44, Mayville State 24, Beach.
And that's because Mackenzie Hughes only gets 12 in the paint. Think of what she did to Valley City a week ago,
Yep.
okay? I mean, she got 28 points in the paint alone. Tonight she gets 12. Well, guess what? If you hold her to 12, you're going to win points in the paint. And unless Mayville State is having a whole game like they had third quarter from the three-point line, that probably...
For a vehicle? Wilhelm, your Heartland Chevy dealer, has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, certified techs for your service, repairs, and parts, and a full body shop. We have everything you need to get back on the road. Join us for our annual Don Wilhelm's Huntington's Disease Car Show and 5K Color Run, where we raise money for a great cause with the support of donations and the selling of raffle tickets to win a vehicle and other items. Find new roads at Wilhelm, your Heartland Chevy
points for one quarter. In no other quarter did they score more than 14.
That is, what a strange game.
It was.
But the Jimmies aren't going to give it back because it's a very big win. Even though Thad Sankey and his team, and so they shouldn't. They don't want to talk about standings and don't need to, but we will. And again, it puts the Jimmies in front of Mayville State by a game for second as they stay 2 behind Dakota State, who escaped Bellevue with a 69-66 victory tonight. Kenzie Simmons led Dakota State with 12.
All on threes?
No, just 2. 11 for Wasmond, 11 for Slattery, 10 for Lily Mackley. Ashton Arnold had 18 points and 10 rebounds and had a tying 3 at the final buzzer, blocked by Dakota State's Sierra Watkins to keep the Trojans unbeaten in NSAA play at 6-0.
I tell you what, Watkins is a dark horse first team NSAA player in the postseason the way that she's played lately. She's been really good for the Trojans.
Yeah, and she's keeping up. She was an all-around superb player in high school. Out in Dickinson State trying to make it back-to-back wins in women's play, leading VCSU 37-29. Just over 2 minutes played in the third quarter. Here at Harold Newman Arena, big win for the Jamestown Jimmies, 81-70 over Mayville State. And more fun coming up. Will this one be strange? Who knows? It's men's action next between Jamestown and Mayville State. Ahead for you here on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
RM Stout Incorporated is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Jimmy's Athletics. We are cheering in the stands right along with you, and we've got the perfect vehicle to get you to every UJ event. Get behind the wheel of a new 2025 Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 and experience peak performance and 4x4 reliability. Need extra rows of seating? Huge stock of new and pre-owned options available now. Don't wait. Get the best trade-in price, unbeatable interest, and the best value since 1941 only at RM Stout Jamestown. Go Jimmies!
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But what if you can't go to the store? Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at GoHugos.com. Choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace online shopping at GoHugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Looking for a roofing company that truly knows your town? Choose Vetter Construction. Unlike those big name competitors using our city's name, we're your community experts right here working for you. From repairs to full replacement, our trusted team delivers quality and care that you can trust. For a roof that stands strong, call Vetter Construction today. 320-1990. 320-1990.
Jamestown 107.1.
It was a barnstorming second half for the Jamestown Jimmies last Saturday in beating Dakota State 94-73 after being held to 38% shooting in the first half. They stepped up the defense and made great offense out of it in the second half, shooting 64%, hit 17 threes out of 34. And a team that is playing most confidently right now tries to extend their winning streak to 5 games. And Mayville State comes in at 3-2 in the league. They are a game behind Jamestown. The Comets feature the top scorer and rebounder in the NSAA, and that's Darren Jones. But also a fine shooting guard in J.J. White. And a team that's one of the best in the nation in scoring. Might have to have our heads on a swivel for this one. The S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show from Harold Newman Arena, the men's half of this already entertaining North Star doubleheader between the Jamestown Jimmies and the Mayville State Comets. Back with B.J. Walters, I'm David Burrell. Okay, I'll say it on the air because I do feel that way. I think the Jimmies not only take the court thinking they're going to win, I think they take the court knowing they're going to win right now, but they go against a team that could not slow the Jimmies down in the game in Mayville, but are certainly capable. I just gave you the number of lighting it up on any night.
And I don't think it's fair to Casey Brugman, his staff, or his team to expect them to play that kind of first half again tonight. However, that's not to say they can't. It's just, it shouldn't be the expectation. Look, at the end of the day, Mayville State, I do not think was ready for that avalanche that hit them 2 weeks ago. And so now tonight, obviously, they're going to be looking for revenge because they're a game back in the standings, and make of that what you will. But I think you're right. I think, and I said this off the air, I'll copy what you did and say it on the air. I think you could bring Nova Southeastern in here, and Jamestown would feel pretty darn good about it right now. However, all those three-pointers that they're making, they might need them because this is a Mayville team that can go. I would not be surprised to see a score in the 80s or even the 90s tonight.
Against VCSU in their last win, Mayville State had 6 in double figures, and I talked about J.J. White with head coach Casey Brugman because he finally got it going in the second half when the Jimmies played there, but he is some player. He had 15, and Trace Swayzer at 15, and London Williams, a monstrous game for the 6'7" combo player, 14 points and 14 boards. Oh, and then there's Darren Jones. He had 13 and 6 against VCSU, but is averaging basically 20 and 9. This is a pretty doggone dangerous basketball team in Mayville State.
It is. Anytime you've got a guy who's a walking double-double, that is not a bad place to start. And then obviously, as is evidenced by that game on Saturday, obviously, they've got the supporting cast that you need to be really darn good, and they can all score. So will this be a high-paced game? You bet you it will. Will you have to be sharp for 40 minutes? You know it. This is going to be fun, David.
The S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show. I agree, Bijan. Let's bring you tonight's Pit Stop Express Loop starting lineups. Basically, 3 guards. Steven Garza, 6'3" senior from Grafton, the former Grafton Spoiler, 8.1 points, 3.3 rebounds per game. They call him JJ, John White Jr., 6'3 senior shooting guard from Peoria, Arizona, a Central Arizona College transfer. 14.3 points, 2.4 boards a game. Also at a guard, Devin Griffin, a 6-foot junior from Kenosha, Wisconsin. 2.9 points, 1.6 rebounds a game. They've been alternating Griffin and Christian Butler in the starting lineup. Griffin gets the call tonight. London Williams, who had that big game against VCSU, 6'7 junior from Cambridge, Minnesota. St. Cloud Tech transfer, 10.4 points and 6.9 rebounds a game. And Darren Jones, the 6'8 junior from San Bernardino, California, 19.5 points, 8.9 rebounds. Both lead the league as a 60% shooter. Brandon Magruder in his third season as head coach of the Comets, 56-20. Ryan Rodriguez and Brody Anderson are his assistants. And KJ Franklin is the student assistant. And the Jimmies.
Do we got to change to the starting lineup, David? No, okay.
Nope, we don't. Here it is for Jamestown, since you asked. Owen Eckner, the 6'8 junior from Fargo Davies, the MSU Moorhead transfer, 12.1 points. And 3.6 rebounds per game. Jimmie Linus, 6'8", fifth-year senior from Port St. Lucie, Florida, 10.5 points and 8.1 boards a game. Colt Glasgow, the 6'2 sophomore, Grimes, Iowa, 6.9 points and 4.3 rebounds. Silas Benyon, the 6'1 senior from Eugene, Oregon, 15.6 points and 4.2 boards. Will Cordes on the point, the 5'11 senior, Shakopee, Minnesota, 6 points, 2.4 rebounds a game. Casey Brugge in his first season as head coach, Tat Dack, the assistant, Carter Jansen, or as we who are his friends call him, Chuck, the graduate assistant. Jimmy's going for win number 5. They're in white, orange numerals, and letters in white trim. Mayville State in navy blue with lighter blue piping. That's our S&P Alta Ave Maria pregame show. Coming up, Jamestown and Mayville State in men's action from Harold Newman Arena on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
You know you don't really want that hurry up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different? You bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Jamestown 107.1.
Recognition was given a moment ago to Anthony Walters because earlier this season in the second game against Northern State down in Aberdeen, and boy, I still can't believe what's happening to that program. But anyway, Anthony Walters passed 1,000 career points. Now, nearly 600 of them were 2 years ago at Queensborough Community College in his hometown of Queens, New York, when he was the NJCAA Division III scoring champion. 244 points last year for Frank Phillips College in Borger, Texas. 232 this year for the Jays. Anyway, in that game at Northern State, he passed 1,000 career points. That was the recognition that was made. He, as usual, comes off the bench for Jamestown.
Yeah, he had the jersey going, and usually just the starters will have that going. Everyone else will have the pullover. I will admit, he had me fooled.
He is just fine with coming off the bench. I would imagine the attitude is in that locker room, hey, we got 6 starters.
Yep, absolutely, if not more. I mean, you think about, what they get off the bench, and it's been so good every game, really, especially during this 4-game winning streak.
Well, think of what Aiden Stainbrook did last Saturday, setting a career high.
By the way, there are some it's jersey night.
Yep.
There are some really good jerseys up there. I see a Kevin Durant Seattle Supersonics jersey. I see a Leighton Vander Esch jersey, but nobody likes the Cowboys.
And a Dak Prescott jersey.
I see all kind of throwback jerseys. Very cool.
Jonathan Taves, University of North Dakota jersey.
Does that say Hawks or Sioux on it there, David? I think we know the answer to that.
Lineups have been
What was
introduced.
your best jersey growing up?
Well, I still have it. I should have worn it. It's my 1986 St. Louis Blues jersey. I should have one. I should have one from 2019.
Sure, the Cup champs.
Yep.
Yep.
The greatest night of my life as a sports fan.
My first jersey was I'm a Steelers fan, of course.
Of course.
Born out there.
Yeah.
Was a number 10 Cordell/Stewart jersey.
Yeah.
And boy, as a Steeler fan right now, what I would not give to have Slash back as our quarterback.
Yeah. What do you have instead? Russell Wilson?
Something called a Russell Wilson, and we're supposed to let him cook or something. I don't know.
Here we go. Darren Jones, London Williams, Stephen Garza, Christian Butler, Devin Griffin, Mayville State. Benyon, Glasgow, Linus, Hector Cordes, Jamestown. Opening tip brought to you by RM Stout. They're your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. And Linus got way up there over Williams. And here we go. Bounce on the right side. It is Benyon. So Justin Fisher is starting. Oh, no, don't tell me something's wrong with Darren Jones, apparently. So Cordes behind the back dribble. It is Will in the lane, driving for a fadeaway. That's good. Will Cordes scores first.
Nice fadeaway by Will. He usually does not try to get to about 12 feet like he did there.
2-0 Jamestown. Darren Jones is not here. Boy, he missed some games over the holidays, had a death in the family, but we've told you the story. Boy, Fisher just got denied by Heckner. Justin Fisher is a junior point guard from Phoenix, Arizona. Down low, a turnaround hook, off the rim by Linus after they'd beaten Mayville State down the floor, and Fisher rebounds. So again, no sign of Darren Jones. Shot down low is missing by Heckner. If you haven't heard the story, we'll tell him we get a chance. It's been a checkered career, to say the least, for Darren Jones. Benyon right wing in the angle, hooks it out front to Cole Glasgow. Hand to Owen Heckner. Right wing Benyon trying to drive here on Devin Griffin. Bounces near the left block for Heckner, 8 on the shot clock. Backs down his defender, rolls it off the rim. Rebound tip, came back to Heckner. Under the bucket, scores.
Good work by Owen on the offensive boards because he had to tip that to himself to control it.
How many rebounds are going to give him? I think 2. If that's the case, he'd already have 4 in less than 2 minutes. It is 4-0 Jamestown. And it is Justin Fisher on the left baseline for a cutting London Williams. Turns around on Heckner. Nice move. Shot didn't go. And Heckner tipped it. Silas Benyon gets credit for this rebound. They gave 1 to Heckner on the other end a moment ago. Benyon, baseline drive. Silas scores his first 2.
If you're Mayville State right now, you're thinking, no, not again.
And no Darren Jones.
That is not good news.
No. 6-0 Jamestown. The leading scorer and rebounder in the league isn't here. Stephen Garza, right wing, J.J. White. 3 is good. So they're going to depend on him, I think.
That is a very different spin on a three-point shot, isn't it?
Almost a backspin.
Yeah.
6-3 Jamestown, 17-26 first half. Cordes, right wing three is off the rim, and it's rebounded by Justin Fisher in Mayville State. Watch it at the Jimmie Athletics official YouTube channel. Mayville State shooting at the bucket to your right if you're watching on that. And here's another one of those halo fouls. It's on Jamestown, and it's on Glasgow. The first foul for the Jimmies.
I'm also not totally convinced the scoreboard is right because I don't think both teams get 6 timeouts. Very odd. Oh, well.
It's in to Williams. Oh, yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah,
6.
they do.
Okay.
Yep, Williams with a drive, threw it over the rim. It's not going to be that way next year. Heckner the rebound. Only one media timeout, theoretically, perhaps. Sometimes it gets called and sometimes it doesn't. But never mind. Here is Glasgow on the right baseline. Cross court, Cordes saving it to Carson Woodford, who's in. Great save by Will. Left wing. Wants a Woodford screen. Cordes with a drive, hooks it out to Anthony Walters, who's just entered 2-7. Drive by and scores. A nice move, and it's 6-0 8-3 Jamestown.
Is just so strong enough to get wherever he wants in those bright purple shoes.
16:30 in the first half. The Jimmies by 5. Hand off to J.J. White and back out to Steven Garza. Deflected into the backcourt by Jamestown. So Garza goes back to pick it up, and there's 12 to shoot. Hand off for Devin Griffin. Griffin with a bounce. Nice pass and a layup good with a foul by London Williams.
Really good pass. I mean, late in the shot clock, at about 8 feet, you make that bounce pass. It's perfect.
Anthony Walters with his first foul. Tim Oldham, a 6'1 junior from Hayward Bay, California, is in De Anza college transfer. 3.8 points, 1.7 rebounds. Artis Chapman, a 6'3 senior from Augusta, Georgia, and a transfer from San Diego Miramar College, 2.5 points a game. As I said, their mascot are the Jets, Miramar Air Force Base.
There you go.
Williams with a free throw to make it a 2-point game. I mentioned that in the game in Mayville. Short. Carson Woodford tipped the rebound. Aiden Stainbrook has entered 2, the 6'6 freshman from Pemberton. What a game he had last Saturday. Walters off a Woodford screen. Up top, it is Glasgow juking and jiving. To Stainbrook, back out front. Left wing Walters. Open. 3. Off the rim. Woodford. Long reach for the rebound. And Magruder saying wasn't out over the back. Cordes another 3 try. Long off the back rim. Rebounded by London Williams. Brandon Magruder lobbying for a foul that wasn't called. White into the left corner for Artis Chapman. Drives under the bucket block. Woodford. Carson.
He is really getting better every game, David.
Junior from Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Yes, sir. Walters baseline over the rim, but he was fouled. Late whistle, but Ant will have 2 free throws here. The foul is on London Williams, the first of the game on Mayville State.
So, I think in his first start, Carson doesn't even go for that block. Now he's going in confidently for it.
And he, again, is playing earlier and earlier in the rotation. It helps Jimmy Linus with rest, but Woodford's play is earning him more playing time. Walters missed the first free throw. Well, for Darren Jones, we told you the story every time we've seen Mayville State in football and basketball. Out of San Bernardino, California, as Walters hits the second free throw and makes it 9-5 Jamestown.
Little press.
Yep. But for Jones, recruited by the University of Utah to be a D1 wide receiver, never showed up. Was going to go to Snow College, never showed up. Just disappeared for a couple of years, then went to Southern Nevada to play basketball, then played for the second semester for this team last year. Dumped down low, and the pass knocked away by Jamestown and out of bounds.
And if you're wondering how good he is, he was player of the year in the league, only playing half the season.
Yeah.
That's how good he is.
But, again, his background, not an easy one. And now he's not here tonight after having a good game last Saturday. Spencer Barr comes in for the Jimmies. 5'11" sophomore, Aberdeen, South Dakota. Nick Michelson, by the way, who's entered for Mayville State and takes the pass and misses a baseline banker. Rebound tipped by Barr to Silas Benyon. Michelson is a 6'7" junior from Park Rapids, Minnesota. 4 points, 2.7 rebounds. Right wing 3, Barr off the rim. Walters flies in for the rebound. Fades away and hits.
And Walters comes down from the head of the key to grab that rebound. Really nicely done.
Well, that's the kind of athlete he is. 11-5 Jamestown, 14:50 in the first half. A right wing three's an air ball by Oldham. Rebound, Carson Woodford. He shaved his mustache.
He did.
Out front to Binion. I just noticed that. Well, it's still a little tiny one. Now left wing Walters. Three's coming. Bam! Anthony Walters, 35th of the year. Timeout, Mayville State. It's a 30. A Hillerud Construction timeout. Anthony Walters came in as a 43% three-point shooter. Jamestown 14, Mayville State 5 with 14:34 left in the first half. And the Gunner Reel Sports Scoreboard on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Need some custom screen printed t-shirts? Lots of t-shirts? You need originals.
Originals!
Or do you just need one shirt with your corporate logo for the new guy?
Originals!
Caps, jackets, U sizes, adult sizes, Blue Jay apparel, Jimmie apparel. You need originals. There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's originals. They can also do online stores for your sports team or business. 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays. Visit originals.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
What's the effect of not having Jones? Points in the paint already 10-2 Jamestown.
And overall, their lead is 14-5. 14:32 first half. Mayville State basketball. Chapman nearly had it stripped away. Brought it back. Left wing on the angle to Tim Oldham. Now back out front to Justin Fisher. Now J.J. White with a drive in the lane over Woodford. No good. Michelson trying to grab the rebound. Could not. It's out of bounds to Jamestown. And you got it right, BJ. A chance for Jamestown, frankly, to eat this team alive in the paint now.
And the Comets look like a team whose offense goes through their big guy, and their big guy isn't here right now. They look a little discombobulated.
So, as I say, I think the Jimmies have a good idea that it would have to go through J.J. White a lot of the time. Pressure broken. Benion's in the front court. Nearly 6 minutes in, Jamestown by 9. Left wing Walters thought about the three. Barr faked the three, baseline bounce pass, but it came right to J.J. Williams, and Mayville State's into the front court. So Fisher with a drive over Woodford and scores on the way up.
Really nice right-handed drive, and then to score over the much bigger defender.
14-7 Jamestown, 13:44 in the half. Carson Woodford. Yeah, there's still a little bit of a mustache. Tiny goatee. It's a slight one. 3 Benion straight away. No good. Tipped by Stainbrook, but J.J. White's there to pick it up. Jimmie Linus will come into the next set ball for Jamestown as it's brought into the front court by Justin Fisher from Mayville State. Comments in script above the number on the front. That navy blue and white trim with those black base uniforms. A drive by Oldham to the right baseline. He is run into by Spencer Paul.
Got a rare matchup tonight, David. You got cursive on cursive in an era where cursive's kind of going away.
Yeah, Jamestown's written in script above the number on the front of their uniforms, too.
10 years from now, we're going to say the word cursive. Someone's going to look at us and go, huh?
Why, what's that? Tim Oldham, 11 of 19 at the line. This is not a very good foul shooting team. 68% is 5th in the league. First, good. First point for Oldham. Jimmie Linus returns.
So I think because Jones is not here, you'll get to see more Woodford tonight, whether Linus is in foul trouble or not, because I think Woodford is certainly a player that matches up just fine with Mayville.
Second one in and out, rebounded by Silas Binion. Yes, you're correct about that, and Woodford's play has earned him more playing time too, but yeah, this matchup is awfully advantageous potentially. Good play. Williams knocked it away from Binion, down floor to White, and a layup.
A lot of contact. I think Cy was surprised there wasn't anything called.
Almost dancing. Shall we dance? 14-10 Jamestown, 12:50 in the first half. Hank. It is out front to Linus for Anthony Walters. Woo. Walters taking a bump. Left wing, it's Barr. He wants a three off the back rim. But good position, Aiden Stainbrook with a rebound against White. That's a mismatch. Binion fell down. Thought he got knocked down, no foul. Picked up by Justin Fisher, and Mayville State's in the front court. Down only 4 after they were down 9. Corner, 3, White, left side, no good. Linus way up there for the rebound. That would have made it a 1-point game. Barr, left alley, front court for Jamestown. 3 left angle. Good for Spencer. The sharpshooter has his 13th of the year.
Uses that screen perfectly. Now that's a 26-foot shot, and he was very confident.
And didn't hit the rim. 17-10 Jamestown, 8 minutes into the half on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Fisher in the lane, stops 13, got knocked down by Barr. That's too quickly on Spencer.
Yeah, I think they're going to instead call it on Anthony Walters. And that's his second.
Yeah, you are correct, and yeah. And it'll put Justin Fisher at the line, where he's been good. And
I don't think Casey agrees with it being on Anthony Walters.
And I don't either, frankly, because it was Barr that knocked him down. First free throw is no good. Fisher's a good foul shooter, 77%. We say he's starting instead of Jones. This is a good player. 10.3 points a game.
I mean, what'd you say last time out? 6 in double figures? Oh, they can still
Fine.
score.
Yeah, 6, yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's just they don't have one of them tonight. Heckner back in. Cordes. Glasgow as the second one's good for Fisher.
Looks like Griffin comes back in for Fisher.
17-11. Or I should say 17. Pardon me, 17-11 is correct. Jamestown by 6. They don't have it right on the board. 11:57 to go in the first half in the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Now they have it right. As Owen Heckner will inbound. Some pressure, token pressure here by Chapman. Cordes finds Heckner, left alley, front court. Meets a defender at the timeline. Hands it to Benyon for a cutting Glasgow. Left it to Linus. He dropped the ball. That's travel. And Casey Brueggemann said, what about the push foul?
Jimmie was going for the assist on his own bucket right there.
Yeah. No. The old Moses Malone play, right? Give me a few more rebounds, too. Front court, Devin Griffin for Mayville State. Still in it. Down 6. Chapman, a left wing 3. Short off the front rim. The long rebound came to Griffin. To J.J. White. Chapman a ball fake into the lane. Nice drive. Left-handed scoop scores. And Jamestown wants a Hillerud Construction timeout as Mayville State, after a rough start, right back in it. 17-13, Jamestown by 4 with 11:21 left in the first half. On Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage, and auto loans, to business banking services. At Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Located in Jamestown, Lincoln, and Wishick, as well as Gilbert, Arizona. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Jamestown 107.1.
Just looking ahead to next year, it's 3 in a row loss now for Minot State. They've lost to Wayne State 78-69. And how about this? Minnesota State over Moorhead 90-88.
They're still the defending champs. Jamestown on the front court with a white wing 3. Silas Benyon off the left rim. Benyon with 1 bucket so far. Rebound, Chapman, long down floor. Now takes the return feed from London Williams. Down the left lane line, backs off Heckner. Counted with a foul as Benyon pushed him and can't believe it. But Chapman has his second bucket. This is a 2-point game.
And one other score of interest. Northern State is now 1-16.
Oh, boy.
They lost to Southwest 79-60. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. This is a 10-3 run for Mayville
Sure
State.
Is.
And Chapman can make it a 1-point game here. They're only 2 of 5 at the line, however, to start. And this one's no good in Linus rebounds.
They are minus 9 rebounding, but they've scrapped their way into this game.
And certainly. Heckner out front for Jamestown is down to a 17-15 lead. After it was 9, Linus on the right baseline. White. Ooh, what a mismatch that is. Good a player White is, that's a mismatch. But Jimmie traveled, just lost his balance.
Just pulled the chair out from underneath Jimmie Linus right there. Well done. I mean, look, if you're outmanned, outsized, That's post defense right there. Just pull the chair out from underneath the big guy.
And J.J. White says, don't call this a mismatch, Pearl. It's a good play. He made a good play. Made him discombobulated. Williams down low to White over Linus, and he does it on the offensive end too by scoring.
That's a great pass.
17 all. This game is now tied. 10-17 in the first half. A 12-3 run, but Cordes in the lane scores.
Needed that one. And how about Will? He's known for his three-point shooting, but getting to 12 feet and hitting pull-ups tonight.
And he is now the 12th Jimmie to score 1,500 points.
Whew. That's a number right there.
1917 Jamestown. A bounce pass intended for Williams from Griffin, too low, and picked up by Jamestown. Down floor, lob, two-hit Jimmie jam. Cole Glasgow on a lob from Silas Benyon.
You could see that coming as they were running that fast break. They were going for the lob.
And it worked. 21-17 Jamestown. Williams, no one to cut, so he fades away and misses, and Linus rebounds. Jimmy's want to run again. Benyon, bounce pass, Cordes for a left wing three. Bottom, Will has 7. Timeout, Mayville State. Brandon Magruder says, let's stop this nonsense. Just like that, 7 in a row for Jamestown in a very short time. 9:18 first half. Jamestown 24, Mayville State 17. I'm Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
New year, new goals, and a new you. At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, our expert physical therapists will help you feel your best. Whether you're recovering from an injury, dealing with chronic pain, or just want to move better, we've got treatment plans designed for you. Start the new year strong with hands-on care, advanced treatments, and a team committed to your well-being. Call Apex today at 701-952-2739 or visit apexptwellness.com. Make 2025 the year you move better and live pain-free.
Jamestown 107.1.
And with that 3, Will Cordes has now moved into 11th place on the Jimmy's all-time scoring list, now with 1,503 points. Moved just ahead of Brandon Wilkins, who played here from 00 to 04. Next, not far away from John Purinton, who had 1,521 points between 2015 and 2019. Will Cordes tonight is making his 131st start as a Jimmie in his 139th game for Jamestown. He's off to a good start.
He's seen a thing or two, I think, is what you're getting at. I mean, he looks so confident right now. Like, this is a guy that's a 40% career three-point shooter. From deep, it's not been the year that he's wanted for it to be. So he's going inside out this game, and really just a great start for Will Cordes.
Give you another nice number on him. His assist-to-turnover ratio this year with 50 assists and 10 turnovers is 5-1. That's in the top 15 in the country.
Oh, you'll take that all day.
24-17 Jamestown. They've scored the last 7. Mayville State ball, 9:09.5. Griffin hands off to Stephen Garza, who's re-entered. Right wing angle 3. Justin Fisher's good. 6 for Justin Fisher. Mayville State back within 4.
That's a good ATO. That play was drawn up in the timeout.
Cordes, right of the lane. Will, a different role. He was a scorer early on in this program, but a good setup, man, more now. But he's scoring tonight. Linus just drops it in, just worked his way to the left block and said, okay, you're not going to defend me? Fine, his first 2.
Good work by Jimmie to get in there and make an easy one.
26-20 Jamestown over Mayville State, 8:28.5, and J.J. White just dropped the ball out of bounds. It belongs to the Jimmies, who bring Carson Woodford, Spencer Barr, and Aiden Stainbrook back in, and London Williams returns for Mayville State.
It's interesting, the makeup of the roster. In terms of like for like, you've got Will Cordes. It looks like Spencer Barr is a Will Cordes type player, so just that progression.
Cole Glasgow, right wing on the angle. Up top, high post Carson Woodford hands it to Spencer Barr. A screen by Woodford so he can take a 3 and hit it. 2 threes in the first half for Spencer Barr. And it's Jamestown by 9 again.
And 2 threes from the exact same spot on the floor around a screen.
29-20, Jimmie's over Comet, 7:55 in the half. Tim Oldham around Cordes, 15-footer, didn't go. Carson Woodford tipped it to Cole Glasgow. Front court right alley for Jamestown, looking for a double-digit lead for the first time. And Barr with a left angle three, this time bottom! Spencer has 3 in the half. Jamestown by 12.
David, this starts to look familiar right here. When the threes start falling, everything gets a little easier.
Down low and moving past 3 defenders and laying it in is Devin Griffin. Barr, did have a 23-point game last year at Dickinson State. Tries another 3. This one's off the left rim.
Serious heat check right there.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. London Williams into the front court. Pass left corner cross court for an Oldham 3, and he answers, and that's good.
Give them credit. They may be a little short-handed tonight, but the Comets are staying right in it.
32-25, Jamestown by 7. 6:55 first half on the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. Barr missed one, but still has the hot hand. Now he bounces up to Glasgow left wing. Oldham all over him. Lob to Woodford in the lane. Carson against 2 defenders. Made them miss, made them foul him as he shot. And that is on London Williams, and that is 2. In fact, he has both of the Comet fouls as Carson Woodford heads to the foul line.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
The first missed as Nick Michelson returns for Mayville State.
I can't get my eye off the rebound number. The rebounding is 17-7 Jamestown.
Gee.
I mean, my gosh.
Second one good for Woodford. 33-25 Jamestown by 8. Again, Darren Jones not here. 6:35 first half. Griffin all the way to the rim. Good move and laid it in. He has 4. 33-27 for Jamestown over Mayville State. 6:25 in the half. Right wing. Cordes into the right corner. Stainbrook had it knocked out of his hand by Tim Oldham, out of bounds. Jamestown will keep it with 18 to shoot. Tomorrow, VCSU. And remember, we're on Q101 tomorrow for the doubleheader and on the air at 2:30. We hope you'll join us. Blue Jay girls hockey against Dickinson, 12:45 here on Jamestown 107.1 tomorrow with Mark. Woodford, right baseline. 9 on the timer, backing down against Michelson. Skipped it out for Barr, left wing. Hand to Cordes. 2 on the timer and lost. Picked up. Tim Oldham took it away. Down floor on Glasgow and blocked by Stainbrook and out of bounds. And no foul called, although it could have been one either way. Stainbrook ends up with a rejection, and Silas Benyon returns.
Aiden sent that one all the way to Edgeley. My goodness.
The official tells both benches to sit down.
When he gets one, he really gets one, Stainbrook. Kind of from the same mold as Jimmie Linus. He makes sure everybody knows it.
Yeah. Into Oldham. Baseline for Michelson. Working on Woodford. Kick out to Fisher in the left wing. Fade away. 17-footer is good for Fisher. This is a smooth player, and he has 8.
Really tough shot, too, fading away on the baseline.
33-29. Jamestown's lead back to 4. 5:35 in the half, leading Mayville State. Benyon down the right lane line. Stops, turns around. 12-footer, halfway down and out. Michelson rebound for Mayville State. Comets on a little bit of a run here. Fisher cut off this time by Woodford. Spin in the lane by Tim Oldham. Out to Steven Garza. Right baseline. Stainbrook's right there with him, but he moves past him. Nice move and a lay-in for Garza.
And that's 9 of the last 10 points for Mayville.
Back to within 2, 33-31. 5:05 in the first half. A game of runs. It's into Woodford, fouled as it rolls in for Carson, his first bucket of the night.
That's a great pass. Glasgow gets down on the baseline into the short corner, and that's that pass that has become really prevalent in the last 5 years of basketball. Low to mid or low to high pass once you're down on the baseline. Really, really well done by Cole Glasgow.
First foul on Stephen Garza. Aiden Stainbrook is out and Owen Heckner's back in for Jamestown. And Woodford will try to complete the three-point play. Split a couple of free throws earlier. With 5 minutes left in the half, he's good. Jamestown by 5, 36-31. They've never trailed. They've led by as many as 12. Mayville State was within 2 just a short time ago. Michelson on a high post. Nick handing it now to Artis Chapman. Made a defender fall down, driving in, missed short. Garza in for the rebound, missed the layup try. Woodford rebounds for Jamestown. A bunny didn't fall, and it's down to Heckner and crosses the timeline with a pass to Spencer Barn in the front court. Right wing, Benyon faked the three, drove past Garza, put it in with a foul. Silas Benyon's second bucket, and he made a good player, Stephen Garza, look bad there.
Vintage Silas Benyon. Get one high ball screen, either take it or turn it down, get downhill in a hurry. The Red Sea kind of parted there in the lane for him as well, as he has a chance to complete a three-point play.
J.J. White's in for Garza. I say made Garza look bad because he was defending him, and zip, Benyon moves to his left, and then zip, moves right past him, and then he hit it. The free throw, that is.
Back-to-back three-point plays.
39-31, the Jamestown lead because of those is now 8 over Mayville State. 4:20 in the first half on the Gunnereal Sports scoreboard. Justin Fisher on bar, little leaner, trying to lean in and draw the foul. Didn't get that, didn't hit the shot. Heckner rebounds to Benyon down floor. Speed, here he comes again, lays it in. The guy's just as quick as can be. And he has 7 he has. 41-31, Jamestown right back to 10-point lead. 3:55 in the first half. Michelson, left wing to Chapman, left corner J.J. White. Off balance three, but he's good. Benyon on a hand at his face.
Silas did perfect defensively right there. That's just a great shot.
8 for White, 41-34 Jamestown. Benyon on the other and answers with a three. Didn't go, but Woodford with a long offensive rebound. Behind the back, for a little flip pass from Glasgow to Heckner. Back to Cole Glasgow. Stops, hesitates. Left wing bar, long three. Can he get another? Not this time. Rebound, Artis Chapman and Mayville State. Long down floor, too far for Nick Michelson, out of bounds to Jamestown.
That's a tough catch for a big, well, that's a tough catch for anybody, but certainly for a big fella, that's a tough catch. And you look at the score, 41-34 with 3:15 to go in the half. The pace of this game, I think, is what we all expected at this point.
Like watching a tennis match.
It is.
Benyon into the front court, working on Justin Fisher. Drive to the baseline, over Michelson, he's good. 9 for Benyon now. And it's a 9-point Jamestown lead, 43-34, 3 minutes to go in the half.
I've not seen many guards that can finish through contact better than Cy Benyon.
Yep. Michelson, left wing on the angle, J.J. White with a three. That's good. Third three for J.J. White. And he came in as a 45% three-point shooter, so it isn't exactly shocking. 43-37 Jamestown. Benyon, left block to Linus. Jimmie hands it back out to Benyon, now to Spencer Barr. Straight away thought about that three, but he was guarded well by Chapman. Linus on a high post, 11 to shoot. For Benyon with a pick by Linus. Now he backs out, hands it to Heckner, knocked away by J.J. White to the floor. Heckner can't hang on. Ooh. And then two teammates run into one another, but Fisher somehow kept the dribble. I mean, two Mayville State teammates. How did Fisher keep that dribble going? Now he's down to the floor, and it's tied up. It'll stay with the Comets with 2:07 to go in the half.
That looked like a painful collision. Ooh.
Yeah, that was Fisher and J.J. White running headlong into one another. Tim Oldham back in for Artis Chapman for Mayville State. Joined by Nick Michelson, J.J. White, Devin Griffin, and Justin Fisher. And again, if you're just with us, Darren Jones, the leading scorer and rebounder in the North Star, isn't here. Devin Griffin out front, 15 on the shot clock, 2 to go in the half, 2 minutes. Right wing drive by Griffin, high off glass missing, but Linus couldn't hang on to the rebound, and it stays with Mayville State.
He had to go up strong for it because Michelson was flying in, and they're about the same height, but Michelson probably has 30 pounds on Jimmie.
Griffin with a bounce into White. into the lane, lost the ball, picked up by Binion. Yeah, Linus is listed at 215, which is not a whole lot for a 6'8 post player. Binion with a Linus screen, blocked. Michelson there to block it down and then take it.
I will say the quickest way for me to put on 25 pounds is go in an athletic program.
Heating your pierogies. That's how you do that.
That too.
Right wing three jumper's too long by Fisher, and his pierogies are good, by the way. White with a jumper on the left baseline, missed, and the rebound, Owen Heckner back to Jimmie Linus. If we had time, I'd have BJ explain what a pierogi is, but we don't have time. It is Binion. Handed off for Will Cordes. 108.5. Jamestown up 43-37. Straightaway three. Heckner, a long one off the front rim. Flying in for the rebound and putting it into Glasgow. Beautiful.
We have seen a different Cole Glasgow in the month of January. It took him a minute to really understand what his role was. He's there now.
45-37. Jamestown reach in. Cordes trying to steal and fouled him instead. His first and the sixth on Jamestown.
Had one to give, yeah.
And as we've explained about Cole before, went to Kansas City, didn't get the playing time there, but came here with a promise, hey, you're going to start. And he did from the start. And yes, he just has kept improving. It is Devin Griffin for a baseline drive, and he rolled it in. I like how Griffin plays. He has 6. 45-39. Jamestown's up 6. 33 seconds in the half. 7 more in the game clock than shot clock. So that was a 2-for-1 for Mayville State, potentially. Binion to Heckner, right baseline, fouled by J.J. White with 22.9 left in the half. But that is only the 15 foul on the Comets. So Jamestown will inbound with 15 on the shot clock, and as we say, 22.9 on the game clock in the half.
And now it gets reset to 20, so now even less of a difference.
Mm-hmm. Into Binion, right wing on the angle. Hand in his face by Griffin. A line of screen, so moving to the baseline is Binion. Lost it then. Second chance, blocked out of bounds by Fisher. Stays with the Jimmies with 16.2 and 14 on the respective clocks.
Fisher's got quite the motor.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the motor. I like him a lot as a player, man.
Heckner, inbound, left wing on the angle, Binion. 13 and 11. 11 and 9. High ball screen Linus. Binion 8 and 6. Down low, pass behind him, picked up J.J. White. 4 seconds, 3 to Griffin across the timeline. 26-footer off the glass. Well, it was a first half of runs after Jamestown led by 12. It was an 11-1 run by Mayville State that brought them back to within 2, and Jamestown holds on to a 6-point halftime lead. On the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard, Jamestown looking for win number 5 in a row, leads Mayville State 45-39. And the Armstown halftime report is next from Harold Newman Arena on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at Track. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
Building a business requires strength, courage, and a solid reputation. So, when you're ready to build a building to house your business or remodel your existing business, you want the same qualities in your commercial construction contractor. And that's where Hillerud Construction comes in. Trusted, experienced builders who specialize in commercial building construction. Their experience saves you time, stress, and money. So visit HillerudConstruction.com and let's get building.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm, so tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings power to any party with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose between 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition for ultimate backwoods adventures. The 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 today at Gun and Reel Sports, 1st Street West, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 18 and older. Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at dakotacentral.com.
Some of us were born to farm. Some diesels, like Cenex Premium Diesel, were born to fuel. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Now hiring a full-time or part-time cook. Call 252-7492. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo, Jamestown.
Jamestown 107.1.
BJ, and I don't quite know what to make out of this game yet. Jamestown does lead Mayville State of the half on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard 45-39. This is the RM Stout halftime report. RM Stout is the right value since 1941, but before we get to the numbers, it's not as unusual as, say, the women's game was, and we'll talk about that later, but it's not been, the pace has been fast, but there's not much more you can say about this game so far.
It's fast, but there's no control and there's no flow, and part of that, as we'll dive into the numbers, as you said, part of that is Jamestown has 10 turnovers. That's a lot in the first half, but it's fast, which I think favors Mayville State a little bit, but there's no flow. I think if the Jimmies can get this thing with a flow to it, they can pull away. But if it's just going to be fast, the Comets are going to be here for 20 more minutes.
Yep. And
by the way, I'm seeing a throwback Tony Gwynn uniform, and I'm loving it.
Very good, yes.
I also see a Cal Aaron Rodgers jersey.
We'll leave that right there.
Yeah, we will.
For Jamestown in the first half, Silas Binion at 9, got cooking late in the half, 4 of 9 shooting. Spencer Barr, with a first half he had with 3 threes and 9 points. 7 for Will Cordes as he hit a 3, and as we say, moved into 11th on the Jimmy's all-time scoring list. 8 for Anthony Walters on 3 of 4 shooting and a 3. And 2 points each, or I should say 4 for Cole Glasgow and 4 for Carson Woodford. More good minutes for him. Jimmie Linus again, too. He's not getting a lot of shots lately, but he did have 5 rebounds and 2 steals in the first half. Remember that 5-steal game he had last week. And Owen Heckner with 2 also. J.J. White leading Mayville State in the absence of Darren Jones. They need him, and he has 11 in the first half with 3 3-pointers. Justin Fisher with 8. Devin Griffin 6. 4 each for Stephen Garza and Artis Chapman and Tim Olden. And 2 for London Williams. More great shooting in the first half for Jamestown. Just keeping that going, aren't they? 55% at 18 of 33. 5 of 16 on threes, 4 of 6 at the line. Mayville State, not bad, 47%. 16 of 34. 5 of 8 on threes, 2 of 6 at the line, but a huge rebounding advantage for Jamestown without Jones here. 24-12. And 5 turnovers for Mayville State. But as BJ said, 10 for Jamestown. Mayville State leading in points off turnovers 10-8. Jamestown's up 26-20 on points in the paint. And on second chance points 6-4. And in bench points 21-8. There was one tie, otherwise Jamestown has led all the way. They led by as many as 12, but they're up 6 at the half, 45-39.
Not having your post presence makes a difference. Mayville State on 2-point shots, 11 out of 26. Jamestown is shooting 73% inside the arc, 13 out of 17. And that is because there's no rim protection. There's nobody there. Michelson is not going to stop Jimmie Linus. And then you've got Garza and Williams with 2 fouls each. So whenever Jamestown gets inside the arc, it is easy because there's no rim protection.
Tremendous effort, if you missed it earlier, by the Jimmie women in holding off Mayville State 81-70, as Mayville State made it a tight game in the second half after Jamestown led by as many as 20. Samantha Paulson tied a career high with 18. Kate Cordes, a double-double, 14 with 10 rebounds and 4 assists too. Jessica Washam, 13, Megan Oswald, 11. Jamestown moves a game in front of Mayville State for second in the NSAA at 4-2. The other women's scores, Dakota State holds off Bellevue at Bellevue 69-63. Tabor Teal 13 to lead the Trojans. 18 for Ashton Arnold and 10 rebounds, and she had a game-tying 3 blocked at the buzzer by Dakota State's Sierra Watkins. Dickinson State has 2 straight wins after edging Valley City State 65-63 tonight out in Dickinson. Now, in the other men's action tonight, VCSU and Dickinson, not yet underway, as it was not that long ago that the women's game ended. Of course, going on Mountain Time, of course, out in Dickinson. In the men's game between Dakota State and Bellevue, and they're playing in Bellevue tonight, and it's Bellevue leading at the half by a score of 36-31, as TJ Fritz has 8, Colby Dillenbeck with 7 for Dakota State. And that's what's going on in the NSAA tonight.
A note from the women's game that I just now noticed.
Yes.
Mayville State got to the line 15 times in the third quarter. They did not get there in the fourth.
Yep. Yeah, the Jimmies committed a lot of fouls in the third quarter and got it back together in the fourth. Let's look at what's happening in University of Jamestown athletics. First of all, we must tell you about 2 new head coaches. There's a new program, of course, starting next season. Women's tennis comes to the University of Jamestown, and today the announcement was made that Cameron Jackson will be the first Jimmie women's tennis head coach. He comes from Declo, Idaho, where he's been the head coach of the Hornets for the last 3 seasons. And Jimmie men's soccer has a new head coach, and that is Justin Guilford. He has been the head coach at Adams State University in Alamosa, Colorado for the last 3 seasons. Jamestown ACHA Division I men's hockey, you know they beat UNLV out in Las Vegas. Of course, the Jimmies are still a pretty highly ranked team in the top 10. And tonight, they are leading Midland, a very good Midland team in Fremont, Nebraska, at the end of one period by a score of 1-0, and they'll play in Fremont again tomorrow night.
We want Denver.
Yep.
We want Denver.
Yeah, UNLV beat Denver, in case you don't know what we're referring to, the defending champions.
Denver.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Right?
Well, you're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
The Jimmie Athletics, the women's wrestling team, goes tomorrow to the York University Open in York, Nebraska. Indoor track and field for the Jimmie men, they go to Aberdeen tomorrow as Northern State University will host an event. For the ACHA Jimmie women, they'll play the University of Minnesota. Yes, they do have an ACHA women's team. The Gophers do. They play at Ritter Arena tomorrow afternoon. Division II hockey against St. Thomas at Wilson Arena tomorrow evening. As we mentioned, the Jimmie ACHA Division I men's team again tomorrow night in Fremont against Midland University. And tomorrow, more than North Star double headers. The Jimmies complete these 2 straight weekends at home. VCSU. The Vikings come here, and remember, we're on Q101 tomorrow with our airtime at 2:30. And as we say in football, there'll be another meeting after this in the regular season. You never really meet in the postseason, but at least in the regular season, could be the last time tomorrow that the Vikings are here for a bit.
I mean, it seems so weird saying that, and with the transition going on and everything, but then earlier today, I saw a couple of the NSIC teams trying to tweet out football schedules, and I saw the little UJ logo. I don't know if you feel this way, David. As we get further into 2025, it's feeling more and more real.
Yeah.
Like this is really going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's really pretty cool.
Well, Jimmie's head coach Brian Mistro has not released their full schedule, but we do know this. help me out here. The Jimmies go to Minot.
October 11th.
Okay, and they go to Bemidji on October 25th.
That's correct. We know that because the other teams, whether they had permission from the NSIC or not,
they
released their schedules. And we know that we will, at no point this season, see Sioux Falls.
But those are the only 3 schedules you saw?
That's right.
All right. You're on that social media stuff more than I am, so I trust you on that.
I know people don't believe me when I say this with all the Carrington work and the Jimmy's work that I do. I have too much time on my hands.
Sitting on the bar stool talking like a fool, right?
That's right.
Halftime here at Harold Newman Arena. Second half on the way. That's our Armstown halftime report. Interesting game here. What will happen in the second half? Jamestown leads Mayville State 45-39, and the second half is next. And Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or a top high school athlete, injuries can happen to anyone. At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, getting you back to what you love is why we're here. As the official sports medicine provider for Blue Jay Athletics, our local orthopedic experts ensure exceptional care is part of your community. From sprains to complex surgeries, you don't have to go far to get the best care. Call 952-4878 and schedule your appointment today. Remember, it's right here at JRMC.
And here we are. North Dakota winter has arrived, and so has winter driving. The tires that were okay for hot, dry pavement are maybe not working so great on frozen, slick roads. Now are they? Bring your vehicle to Mike and the crew at Pit Stop Express Lube and have them take a look. As a locally owned shop, they are more about you and your family's safety than the sale, so they will recommend the best fit for your needs. Stop into Pit Stop Express Lube at 117 4th Street Northwest, Jamestown, or call 952-7867. Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Sign-on bonuses, $10,000 for full-time RNs or LPNs working PM or NOC shifts, and $10,000 for full-time NOC weekend package positions, and $5,000 for part-time PM shifts. Also offering $5,000 for full-time CNAs working PM shifts or weekend package, day, PM, or NOC shifts. Dietary positions available also. Apply at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
Jamestown 107.1.
So the second half just ahead at Harold Newman Arena. Jamestown Jimmies looking for win number 5 in a row in men's basketball, leading Mayville State by a score of 45-39. Starters that started the game will start the second half. Again, no Darren Jones for Mayville State. So it's Justin Fisher, London Williams, Devin Griffin, Stephen Garza, and J.J. White. And for Jamestown, Silas Benyon, Cole Glasgow, Jimmie Linus, Owen Heckner, and Will Cordes. And Jamestown has the arrow, and they'll have the ball to start the second half. The throw-in brought to you by RM Stout, your Ford Dodge and Jeep dealer in Jamestown.
Nobody played an overwhelming amount of minutes in that first half either. 17 for Cole Glasgow and 15 for Silas Benyon. Not bad.
And Woodford had 9 off the bench, minutes that is, and Aiden Stainbrook played 8. Walters only 5 minutes in the first half. Will Cordes hands it back to Silas Benyon, the first possession of the second half. Left lane to Cole Glasgow, into the lane. One-hand runner, halfway down and out. Stephen Garza rebounds it for Mayville State. The Comets at 3-2 in the league. Around to Garza screen, it's Devin Griffin on the left side. Out front to London Williams, a double-double in his last previous game against VCSU. Out front for a Fisher, 3. Halfway down and out. Tough break for Justin Fisher. Rebound Jimmie Linus in Jamestown. That's rebound number 6 for the Port St. Lucie, Florida senior. Middle of the right wing. Will Cordes to Benyon, to Heckner, to Benyon. To Cordes now near the right side. It is Glasgow to Benyon, and an angle 3 is coming for Heckner. That's short, and it's rebounded by Justin Fisher for Mayville State. A minute gone in the second half. No one scored in the second stanza yet. London Williams left it for Griffin. And the Kenosha, Wisconsin junior dribbles with it on the left side. Wants a screen. Now he hands it to Steven Garza. 10 on the shot clock for Mayville State. Left wing wide open for a three, and JJ hit it. His fourth three of the game. He's 4 for 5, in fact, on three-pointers. And it's down to a three-point Jamestown lead at 45-42. 90 seconds gone in the second half. Bounce to Linus from Glasgow, but missed the hook. And saved. Good rebound by Griffin. Down floor to Garza. Mayville's down a 3. Out front to Griffin. Right wing on the angle. Cross court for Justin Fisher. Thought about that shot, didn't take it. Williams back to Fisher. Middle of the lane, drive, scoops, hits. 1 point game.
Fisher with a good drive again, as we talked about in that first half. He's just got a very good motor.
10 for him. It's 45-44. Jamestown's lead down to 1. They've never trailed. Still 17:50 left on the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. In the lane, Glasgow lobs it for Linus. Drives, two-hand. Jimmie jam.
We talk so much about boxing out on a rebound. He boxed his defender out before the pass. That's what made it such an easy dunk.
See, it works both ways. 47-44 Jamestown. Again, with no Darren Jones, Linus potentially has a big advantage a lot of the time. Right wing on the angle, Griffin, a three, good. Devin Griffin strikes again. That's his first three of the game. Mayville State's now 7 of 11 on threes.
I mean, very efficient.
And they just tied this game again at 47, and now it's stolen. Justin Fisher down floor for a two-hand dunk and the first Mayville State lead of the game. 49-47. Down floor, Benyon answers with a layup on the other end, and head coach Casey Brugan of Jamestown wants a 30-second Hillary Construction timeout. But now this game is tied for the third time at 49, 16:56 left on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
RM Stout Incorporated is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Jimmie's Athletics. We are cheering in the stands right along with you, and we've got the perfect vehicle to get you to every UJ event. Get behind the wheel of a new 2025 Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 and experience peak performance and 4x4 reliability. Need extra rows of seating? Huge stock of new and pre-owned options available now. Don't wait. Get the best trade-in price, unbeatable interest, and the best value since 1941 only at RM Stout Jamestown. Go Jimmies!
Jamestown 107.1.
The thing that Casey Brueggemann is not going to like is how easy the Comets are able to get in the lane. And because of that, Jamestown's having to collapse, and that creates high percentage three-point looks. You mentioned it, David, 7 for 11. That's why we're tied at 49.
Mayville State's now shooting 51%, 4 out of the first 5 to start the second half. Jamestown at 53%. J.J. White trying to give Mayville State the lead back. London Williams in the lane with a runner. That's good from 10 feet. London Williams has 6. And again, the lead belongs to Mayville State, 51-49. 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Will Cordes for Jamestown. They're in a tussle now with the Comets. To Owen Heckner. Down the right side. Back for Linus and Jimmie. Looking for someone to cut. No one did, so he comes to right baseline. Now passes to Heckner. Left wing, a three. Short. Anthony Walters, offensive board. Scoop it in. Counter with a foul. Anthony Walters, who just re-entered, is in double figure scoring again with a big bucket to tie it.
And he did his work as the shot was going up. He gets in good position, and boy, Ant's just in the right place at the right time.
He's 4 out of 5 shooting. Tied at 51. London Williams, after picking up that third foul, comes out in favor of Artis Chapman. And this is to complete the three-point play and put Jamestown back in front with 16:10 left. It's on the way. It's on the board. 52-51 Jamestown. Aiden Stainbrook returns, replacing Owen Heckner.
Owen's shot just not going in tonight the way it usually does. Yep. It's been a frustrating one.
Does have 6 rebounds, but yeah, he's only 1 of 5. Devin Griffin, right wing on the angle, guarded by Will Cordes. Handed off to Justin Fisher. Good bounce pass to J.J. White for a driving layup, and Mayville State leads again.
Really good backdoor cut against Stainbrook right there. That That's outstanding execution.
16 for White, 53-52 Mayville State, 15:43 left. Glasgow left wing, and away from that, trying to work his way into the defensive position is Artis Chapman, trying to go up against Linus, and Artis fouled him.
He shook his head no. Did you see that? Yeah, he said, no, I didn't.
And the official said, yeah, you did. His first team foul, number 2. Into Linus. Garza working on him now defensively. Cross court to Will Cordes. Hand in his face by Griffin. So he passes, or brings it to the right baseline. Drives, banks, hits it. Well, Cordes now with 9.
Might be his best game of the year to this point.
54-53, Jamestown leads again. He's done
really good.
Yeah, he's done so much in other areas of the game this year. Again, his role a lot different from what it used to be, but he has contributed offensively tonight. Here's a left wing 3. White bangs it in again, his 5th of the game. And it's Mayville State back in the lead, 56-54. 5 minutes gone, second half on the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. Cordes with a lob for Anthony Walters. Now a drive by Walters in the lane. From 13, he passes to Glasgow and back to Walters. Spots up for a 3. Spot him! Right wing. Walters' second 3 of the night.
When he gets his feet set, man, it's over. Because that is just, wow.
57-56 until Garza hits a layup at the other end. 58-57 Mayville State. Lob to Linus. Two-man Jimmie Jan took the pass from Glasgow.
Pace, a lot of pace to these last couple possessions.
But unlike the first half, as we said, there's some flow now. 59-58 Jamestown, 14-10 left. It's pretty fun. Fisher in the lane. Right wing to Garza. He wants a 3. Off the left rim. Stainbrook the rebound.
That's not the shot they want.
A little flat. Glasgow down the right lane line. Back out for Linus. Thought about that 3. Handed it to Walters. Anthony brought it over to Cole Glasgow. To Linus in the right lane line. Trying to guard him is Garza. And gliding is Stainbrook for a lead off a great feed by Walters.
So the ball gets poked away from Linus and lands right in Stainbrook's hand. I mean, can you give an opponent an assist?
No. 61-58 Jamestown. Yeah, that's what happened. White long 3 to tie it. Ooh, halfway down and out. Kind of heaved it from his shoulder, and Linus with a rebound. Will Cordes, by the way, yes, did have 14 points in that game in Augustana.
Yep.
Stainbrook. So that's his high in points this year. Walters out front to Glasgow, and White trying to steal it, but Cordes picked it up. Of course, Cordes had a 35-point game a few years ago for the Jimmies. 5 on the shot clock for Walters. Trying to move away. Oh, bumped down to the floor by Chapman. A foul with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
That's the bailout foul that no coach will ever like, no matter what.
Silas Benyon returns for Jamestown, as does Spencer Barr. Tim Oldham and Nick Michelson are back in for Mayville State. Second foul on Chapman, third team foul on Mayville State. 12:50 left. 61-58 Jamestown. Walters wants to drive on Chapman, middle lane. Big spin move. Ooh, shot too strong. And Chapman with a rebound.
Quite the aggressive move from Big Ant right there.
How about that pirouette in the air? Woo! White in the front court for Mayville State. In the left corner for Oldham. Baseline. He hit it.
Shook off a bar to get the little baseline jumper. And I mean, David, they're not going away, the Comets, right now. Not at all.
I don't think they're going to either. 61-60 Jamestown, 12-19 to go. Benyon, right wing floater. Counted with a foul from 13 feet. And Benyon has 13.
Now, seriously, how many guys at this level have a 13-foot teardrop?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Fisher
That's
with his
not
first.
fair.
No, it isn't. It's fair for Jamestown.
It certainly is.
Fisher's first foul. And that's 14 fouls on Mayville State. Jamestown doesn't have any. And Benyon, who averages 15.6, looks for his 15th point here. And a 4-point Jamestown lead on the way. On the board as it rolled in. 64-60. Jamestown over Mayville State. 12-12 left on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Hang on, folks. It's going to be a fun ride, I think.
Justin Fisher for Mayville State, guarded by Benyon. He is right in the lane with a big scoop, and he scores. Justin Fisher now up to 14. 64-62, Jamestown wrangling 3. Stainbrook off both sides of the rim and out. J.J. White, the Mayville State rebound. Front court artist Chapman on Benyon. Lost his dribble, and then off the hand of Michelson and out of bounds. He got in midair, Beach, and lost his dribble and nowhere to go.
You can't get up in the air unless you know what you're doing with it. And he was caught between 3 different things.
That's only the 6th turnover on Mayville State, and Jamestown only has 6. Both teams exactly 26 of 47 shooting. That's 55%. Walters in the old circle, backs it out. What a fun game. Still 11 and a half minutes left in it, too. Benyon right wing off a Woodford screen. Backs up for a 3 that's left short. Michelson had the rebound for a moment. Barr knocked it out of his hand, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Mayville State.
Jamestown just 6 of 20 from 3. In this 4-game winning streak, they've been hitting double-digit threes every single night.
Yeah, they're a 37% three-point shooting team for the season. They were coming in anyway. And we'll say it again, 17 of 34 last Saturday in the win over Dakota State. But it's Mayville State with it now with Justin Fisher. Lob on the right wing for Oldham. He wants a 3 off the left rim. Silas Benyon with the Jimmie rebound. That's his 3rd. 3 assists and 14 points also for Silas. Into the lane. Fade away from 10. He's good.
Okay, if Tim Duncan is the big fundamental, then Cy Benyon might be the little fundamental. That's pretty good. Right out the window there.
I think you should suggest that to him. 66-62 Jamestown. 10:48 left. Walters got a hand on a pass, knocked it out of bounds. The little fundamental.
That might stick,
I like
actually.
it.
That might stick.
Nick Michelson is out and London Williams is back in. Oh, there's just a whole lot Silas Benyon does on the floor. Bounce into Justin Fisher as the rowdies to the left in the uniforms call for defense. Fisher standing at the free throw line. Handed back to London Williams. 7 on the shot clock. He's to the left block with a drive. Missed. Gained his own board. Threw it over the rim. Benyon the rebound. Down floor. Oh, didn't reach Stainbrook. Great play to leap in the air and take it away by J.J. White. Into the front court for Fisher. Mayville State down 4. Still 10-15 left. It's for White, and leading in and fouling him is Anthony Walters.
So White leans a little bit to get Walters to lean a little bit, and guess what? The defender's always going to be called on that one.
That doggone gravity.
I know, right?
His 3rd foul. He comes out. Cole Glasgow's in. Will Cordes is in as Silas Benyon is out. Hey, let's set Mayville State's 5 at the moment. They're Justin Fisher, London Williams, J.J. White, Artis Chapman, and Tim Oldham.
For what it's worth, all 5 are listed as guards.
Yep. And no Darren Jones if you're just joining us. He's not even here. Drive to the rim, left-handed move by Fisher, and hits, and he has 8.5 and 16 for the game.
That was a 5-out set, too, with 5 guards. That was really well done.
66-64, Jamestown down low. It's to Woodford. Blocked out of his hand. Artis Chapman, and it was clean. It was a clean block. Down floor is White for a drive to tie. Wild shot. Oh, my goodness, it's a foul. And it's 2 seconds after the foul. And Artis Chapman wins at least an Emmy for that one, man. The foul is on Stainbrook, and Chapman went down like he'd been tripped, which he wasn't.
Not a bad thing that the media timeout just hit, I don't think. That's yikes.
9:44 left. Yeah, I didn't agree with the call. Jamestown 66, Mayville State 64 on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard at Hillerud Construction timeout on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies. Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
Jamestown 107.1.
I better watch it. I was talking during the break. No, but none of the officials are. Remember Dave South, the former Texas A&M announcer?
Oh, yeah.
Got thrown out of a Southwest Conference tournament game once for giving a choke signal. That's the truth. And Colin Killian, the SID, a good guy, I know Colin, had to take over play-by-play.
Look, having listened to way more Dave South than I want to admit, that does not surprise me.
He always, when you'd ask Dave South how he's doing, he said, best I've ever been.
Yeah.
We got a ball game here, 66-64, Jamestown leading Mayville State, 9:44 left again. Again, nice job by Chapman. By White, I should say. He earned the free throws with just an award-winning performance hitting the floor.
If nothing else, it raised the temperature in the building.
Stainbrook with his first foul that he probably still can't believe. White, he gets 2 free throws out of this too. He's good.
I mean, half the building is upset that there was nothing called at the other end, and the other half of the building are upset at that foul call. You got a whole lot of upset people.
That's 20 points for J.J. White. He wants 21 and a tie, and he's good. Tied again for the 5th time at 66.
You got a 9.5-minute game now.
Pressure, but it's broken into the front court by Heckner. Fell down, but before he did, he passed it to Glasgow in the lane. Over Garza, Bank missed. Woodford couldn't reach the rebound. Garza did with some hustle. 2-on-2, left wing, it's White, and a pass deflected. Good play. Carson Woodford knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Mayville State.
And he was the last man back. That's why they were throwing it into the mid-post. He gets his hand in there. Well done.
Still 25 on the Mayville State shot clock and still 9:25 left in regulation in anybody's game at Harold Newman Arena, tied at 66. We hope you're enjoying it. We are. Right wing a 3, White, as he hit the floor. No foul, and he missed. He's not going to keep. You can't keep doing that and keep getting fouls called on the opponent. The official's going to be wise to it at some point. Woodford on the right base. And I like J.J. White. He's a heck of a player, but you're just not going to keep getting away with that nonsense. Right wing 3, Barr off the front rim. Woodford offensive board. To the baseline. Past White, lay in.
What a nice piece of just great post work by Woodford, and UJ back on top.
Nice and strong. 68-66. 6 for Carson. Justin Fisher. Lane with a 15-footer. Count it. And a foul.
Away from the ball.
Yep. Fisher with 10 and a half. I'm sure this one counts.
It does.
Yeah, and it's tied at 68. And Mayville State's going to have the ball back because of Owen Heckner's first foul. So Jimmie Linus and Silas Benyon return. Woodford comes out, so does Will Cornice. But because of that foul, Mayville State gains it back and a chance to regain the lead with 8:42 to go. Justin Fisher looking for an open man from the left baseline. It's way out front to London Williams. Shot clock again resets to 20 in that situation too. Bounce, driving, layup. Chapman, great feed by Williams, and it is again a Mayville State lead.
There's that Princeton cut. Backdoor the moment you turn your head.
The late, great Pete Carrill. That's a drive by Glasgow. Lost it, gained it back out front to Heckner. Left wing Benyon on Garza. Low post Linus on the left side against Williams. Turned around and hooked it over him. Tied again.
That might be what I go to time and again right now, David. I mean, go to that post matchup. Get Jimmie going.
8 for him. 70-70. 8:05 left in the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. Williams to J.J. White. Right corner at Garza. 3 is good. Stephen Garza's first of the game and 7th of the year gives Mayville State a 3-point lead at 73-70. Their longest lead. 7:50 to go. Benyon with a right lane line drive, reaching in and fouling him is Justin Fisher with his second and the 15th foul in Mayville State.
I'm trying to think the last time Jamestown was outshot from 3, because right now they're being outshot from 3 by 9 points.
All right.
Was it Dakota Wesleyan?
I'll look that up. That's a good question.
May have been, because Wesleyan was really good that day.
As Leeson was superb. Linus in the lane, but he hands it back for a banker. That's good by Benyon. You need a big shot. Count on side. Better call side. 73-72 Mayville State. 7.5 minutes to go. It is Garza in the lane. Took the feed from White and trying to go straight up against Linus. Spun in the air. Garza regained it. Great play. White on the baseline. Back out front to Artis Chapman. A straightaway three is good. Artis Chapman has his sixth of the year. Oh, yeah.
Just from hustle.
76-72. Mayville State's longest lead is now 4. 7 minutes to go. Linus on the left block. Jimmie's in a dogfight with the Comets. Jamestown won the first time around. It is a lane line drive by Walters. Reverses. Missed it. Good D2. Rebounded by London Williams.
Very good defense because he had got to his spot.
Williams in the front court. You hear the crowd at Harold Newman Arena. It's been an enthralling game. Fisher into the lane. Benyon trying to knock it away. Heckner to the floor. Garza now goes to the floor. Picked up. He slid. He slid. That's a travel.
He was safe at second.
Oh, come on. 3 in the shot clock. Left corner 3. Williams missed everything. Now it's Jamestown's ball. Later than it should have been.
He was safe at second base because he slid a long way. And so Casey Brueggemann wants a full timeout.
And we'll take one, too, with 6:15 left on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Hillary Construction timeout. Mayville State 76, Jamestown 72 on Jamestown 107.1. And this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
Jamestown 107.1.
Well, your guess was correct, Beach. The last time that an opponent had more three-pointers than the Jimmies was Dakota Wesleyan. 5 games ago, they had 7 that day, and the Jimmies had 6. The Jimmies, in their last 4 games before tonight, had hit 49 three-pointers.
And that's why we said in pregame, like, you cannot expect the same thing that happened in Mayville to happen here tonight. Now, part of it is Mayville called some good timeouts when the Jimmies were getting going in a big way. And now they have a 4-point lead with 6:15 to go. This is a different kind of fun because you're going to see how the Jimmies close a game. There have not been a huge amount of close finishes. They had the Briar Clip game, they had the Minnesota State game, they had the Dakota Wesleyan game. Aside from that, not a whole lot of close finishes.
This probably isn't the worst thing for him, Silas Benyon with 18, Anthony Walters 14 to lead Jamestown. J.J. White having a big game with 21. And so is Justin Fisher with 18 again. Darren Jones, the leading scorer and rebounder in the North Stars, and here. 76-72 Mayville State over Jamestown. Jimmie ball with 6:10 left. Heckner against some pressure. It's into the front court. Owen Bean followed by Justin Fisher. Back out to Silas Benyon. Linus with a screen for him to the right wing on the angle is Silas. Out to Heckner straight away with 11 on the shot clock. Right wing for Benyon. He's guarded by Chapman. 9, a 3. Off the rim. Linus reaching for the rebound and has it. Back out to Cordes and the offense is reset. Will on Garza. He is into the lane. Cordes, right wing, it is Benyon. 10 on the shot clock now. Cordes left corner. It's Heckner. Driving on Fisher. 7, wants a 3. Ooh, off both sides of the rim and Fisher rebounds. And Mayville State has a chance to expand their longest lead of the game, which is 4. 76-72, 5:25 left in the second half on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Fisher, left wing, out front to Artis Chapman. Wants another 3. A little too strong.
I don't think that's the shot they wanted that possession.
Doubt it. Linus the rebound. Down floor to Heckner. To Linus out front. Hands it to Walters. Wants a Linus screen. Anthony on London Williams. Right lane line. He drives. Williams knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jimmies with 16 to shoot as they bring Cole Glasgow back in for Owen Heckner.
That is a lot of contact. My goodness. Wow.
Yeah, some of it's being called and some of it isn't. I will stop right there. Cordes into Benyon. Right wing, high arc three off the rim. Glasgow tipped it, but to London Williams of Mayville State. And the Jimmies are now only 6 of 25 from beyond the arc.
They've missed 9 in a row.
Justin Fisher, a fan says, get a stop. Yeah, that's what the Jimmies need here. It is Garza instead to the right. Block. Scoops didn't go. Williams follow. Missed. It's short. And then knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Williams. And it'll go with Jamestown. 2 bunnies missed for Mayville State.
Williams thought Linus was going for the block, and he never did. And so he left it short.
Just made him hesitate just a little, didn't it?
Yep.
4:34 left in regulation. Jamestown with it. Mayville State up 76-72 in the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. And as Cole Glasgow brings it into the front court, a Hillerud construction timeout for Jamestown. Let's keep it here. 5 team fouls on Mayville State, 3 on Jamestown. Still timeouts for teams to use. 2 still for Jamestown, 4 still for Mayville State. Possession arrow points to Mayville State right now. And on the most important numbers, it's Mayville State 76, Jamestown 72.
They have stymied a little bit the Jamestown offense, which I think is why you're getting this timeout. Casey wants to draw up an ATO that is specifically some kind of motion the Comets have not seen tonight.
Bellevue and the other NSAA men's games, well, they're leading Dakota State, looking for their 3rd win in the league. Midway through the second half at Bellevue, 53-47. Dickinson State trying to stay unbeaten. They're leading VCSU out in Dickinson, 34-27. Just over 6 minutes left in the second half. And remember, VCSU's here tomorrow. And again, remind you that we'll be on Q101 on the radio tomorrow at 2:30 with our S&P Health Ave Maria pregame.
Random thought that just popped into my mind. I do wonder how Blue Jay boys hockey is doing tonight against number 1 Minot.
Well, let me look that up for you. It's part of a girls boys doubleheader today.
Minot team.
That's a very, very good Minot team. They've outscored their opponents by a lot. And it's 7-1 for Minot.
Okay.
Yeah, they're.
No knock on Jamestown.
Oh, and Jamestown's a good team.
Yeah.
But Minot is tremendous. Baseline Benyon. He's under. He reverses. He scores.
Boy, he gets caught under the basket and just goes up and under. Well done.
He has 18. 76-74, the Mayville State 20, I should say. 76-74 Comets, 4:12 to go.
Whoa.
And Benyon got run over. Justin Fisher is called for the offensive foul down the right lane line.
You knew Cy wasn't going to go a whole game without taking a charge.
No.
Come on now.
Never. 9 of 17 shooting. He is always 6 on threes, but Benyon also has 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Now Jamestown down 2. There's still 4:05 to go in regulation.
Lots of story left to this thing.
I should say. Glasgow, left corner, Anthony Walters. J.J. White guards him. Isn't that a fun matchup? It is Benyon with a Linus pick. Down the right lane line. Drives, puts it in again. You can always depend on Silas Benyon. He's tied it at 76.
And now Casey Brueggemann asking for noise from the crowd.
And they are responding. Devin Griffin right wing to London Williams. Mayville State without their best player. In a tie game with 3.5 to go. Williams to the left baseline. Bounce Garza, couldn't hang on. Anthony Walters stolen away. Jamestown looks to regain the lead. Down 4 for Cole Glasgow. To Linus up top. Hand for Will Cordes. A Linus screen. Cordes moves to the middle of the right wing. Cross court Walters. 3:10 left. Anthony backs up for a 3. Bottom! Anthony Walters gives Jamestown the lead back at 79-76. He's up to 17.
How good does that timeout look right now? 7-0 run since the break.
2:53 left. Right wing, Justin Fisher to the baseline. Bumped out of bounds by Silas Benyon. That's a foul.
That's
number,
okay.
Yeah, that's number 2. Team foul number 4.
Yeah, I mean, you got them to give. That's fine. Make them earn it. But how about that timeout? I mean, Casey Brueggemann, sometimes we forget, this is a rookie head coach who made a brilliant call in that moment.
We saw from the first game against Briarcliff, he knew when to use timeouts that night.
He sure did.
Griffin will inbound, right baseline to Williams, stolen from behind by Benyon momentarily, but Williams regained it. He couldn't hang on, Silas. One-hand floater and a teardrop that's missing by Fisher, and Linus rebounds. Number 10. 8 points, 10 rebounds for Jimmie Linus. Benyon uses a Glasgow screen, now a Linus screen. Silas, right of the old circle. Lob for Linus, inside. Jimmy jam!
That's how you get a double-double right there, David. Wow.
81-76 Jamestown, his 14th double-double as a Jimmie and 6th of the year. J.J. White to the baseline, over Linus, it rolled out, but the rebound came down to Williams, and he's fouled on the follow, down to 1:54 left, and Jamestown by 5. Will Cordes with this foul, his second. Team foul number 5, but 2 shots for London Williams.
Yeah, I think if you're Mayville State, you have to get these. You can't miss these.
Yeah.
And they're only 4 for 8 from the line tonight.
They're about to the point, Beach, where they've got to score every time, I think. Down 5.
Especially because Jamestown offensively is now in a rhythm. Like, they're clicking.
114 seconds to go. Williams missed a free throw earlier. Yeah, Mayville State needs both of these. As the fans make noise, Williams calmly hit it. He has 5, 81-77. The Jamestown lead now at 4. 1:54 left in regulation. Yeah, that 7-0 run after the timeout has turned it in UJ's favor. The Cambridge, Minnesota junior will have one more. Taking about all the time he's allotted. Left it short. Linus the rebound. That's why you don't take so long on the foul line.
Yeah.
You think about it too much, you might miss it. Benyon front court. Jamestown 4-point lead, 1:43 left.
Big possession.
What a gritty win this would be if they can hang on to it. Walters out front to Benyon. Left wing to Walters. Lob for Linus, but it's knocked away and out of bounds by London Williams.
I gotta tell you, I did not realize how loud this building can get, David.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that noise is outstanding.
9 on the shot clock. 93 seconds left in regulation. Jamestown by 4. Benyon into Linus and back to Cy. 5 on the shot clock. Into the lane. Right wing, Glasgow backs away. Off balance streak. Good! Cole Glasgow with 9 down floor. Garza had it blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Mayville State, but Cole Glasgow might have hit the shot of the night for the Jimmies.
That was cold-blooded with the shot clock fading away, with him fading away. My goodness. And now a timeout.
Hillerud Construction timeout. Woo! By Mayville State. Listen to this place. 84-77 Jamestown. Well, Glasgow, that's the first 3 that Cole's trying tonight. He's up to 7. And the Jimmies are still only 8 of 27, but sometimes it's when you make them as opposed to how many you make, and that one was enormous for the Jimmies.
And that's such good defense for 28 seconds of that shot clock. And then a kid just buries it right in your face, and at the other end, swats the ball out of bounds. I mean, Cole Glasgow, my goodness, young man.
So a big 3 and a block in the span of about 13 seconds for Cole. 16 fouls on Mayville State. Jamestown has 5. Now 3 timeouts left for the Comets and still 2 for the Jimmies. And the possession arrow points to Mayville State.
This would be such a rewarding win because right now it's a 12-1 run. you've delivered a closer's punch. That's what would make this such a sweet win.
And as you said, there have not been for a good while many of these late game situations. That's where you learn a lot about how much a team has in situations just like the one they're in now.
Absolutely. I guess to a certain extent Valley City was that way, but for the most part, I mean, during this 4-game win streak, they've romped.
Not tonight. Devin Griffin will inbound. Must score every time. Linus knocked it away on a pass intended for Fisher, and Mayville State will have it back.
I do not understand why you're throwing a lob with Jimmie Linus standing down there.
Right to him.
I mean, wow.
Bounce into Garza. Walters blocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Mayville State. Now a minute 14 left. Yeah, he did.
Oh, man. I mean,
and from behind, didn't see him coming.
He's talked to you about how the game's slower here, but my gosh.
It's into White. 1:12 to go. On the right wing for London Williams. Out for a three by Griffin. Off the glass and rim. Williams offensive board. Past Linus. He missed the scoop. Tipped out. Came to Devin Griffin. J.J. White, a long left wing three, got knocked down by Glasgow. 3 free throws are coming for J.J. White.
I thought he kicked his leg out.
Well, he did, but Cole leaned into him too. That's the right call. 59.5 seconds to go, so there's still a faint hope here for Mayville State. And they'll be better than faint if White can hit all 3 of these.
They have to have all 3 of these, I would have thought, because although you have the possession arrow, the Jimmies statistically are a good free throw shooting team.
Yep. White has only made one tonight, but coming in only 66%. He has 3. The first, he's good. 22 for J.J. White.
I think he's far and away been their best player tonight.
Certainly
far
so.
and away.
And Fisher's been very good too, but you're right. 84-78 Jamestown. 2nd and 3 for J.J. Good. 84-79. Here comes Owen Heckner back in for Cole Glasgow.
Offense for defense from CB.
White will have another, and Mayville State needs it too. They're down 5. J.J. White hit it again. And now Artis Chapman in for Devin Griffin for Mayville State. A defense for offense substitution by Brandon Magruder. Heckner inbounds to Cordes. Pressure, of course. Linus ahead to Benyon. Speeds into the front court. Jimmie's will back it off. 52 seconds left. Pass. Ooh, went off Walters and out of bounds. Walters thought he got fouled, but he just lost sight of the ball.
That changes things mainly because of that possession arrow. It's with Mayville State, so they can go for traps now and try and get a tie ball.
Glasgow back in for Heckner again on defense. 50.1 to go. Devin Griffin, Mayville State with it and down 484-80 to Jamestown. It's taken away, Linus! His 3rd steal of the game. Back to Benyon. Now Mayville State has to foul. Benyon nearly fell down. And a timeout seeing that by Jimmie's head coach Casey Brueggemann. Hillary Construction timeout is the Jimmies' 5th of their 6th allotted with 36.8 to go. 84-80 Jamestown.
And I don't think there's enough time on the clock to play this possession out. I think if you're Mayville State, you've got to go ahead and foul because there's only a just under 13-second difference and you're down by 4. I understand you have the possession arrow. Maybe you can go for one trap here, but then I think you need to extend the game.
I agree with you, Beach. If you don't get the steal right away, yeah, you got to foul. The time just plain isn't on their side. Again, as BJ has pointed out, the arrow, and again, think about that. It goes to Mayville State. Jimmie's are down to 1 timeout. Mayville State still with 3. And the next foul would mean the bonus for Jamestown. Each team has 16 fouls.
52 points in the paint for Jamestown tonight. They're shooting 55%. I mean, right now they've been to the free throw line 8 times. We expect that number to increase a little bit here, but
boy, three straight halves of just brilliant shooting by this team, going back to Dakota State last Saturday.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the Comets are in this game not because Jamestown has done anything wrong. In fact, they only have 3 turnovers since halftime. It's because the Comets have played a really good basketball game.
Yeah. Without Darren Jones, we'll say again, but J.J. White and Justin Fisher have made up for that. But it's 84-80 Jamestown. Again, this little circle the wagons play on the inbound that the Jimmies have run a couple of times. 36.8 in the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Heckner inbounds to Cordes. Double team. Finds Benyon, now finds Heckner front court to Walters. Now, O'Shea Shirley doing White does. I'm surprised they waited as long as they did. White's first foul.
They let what's that?
Second, I should say.
10 seconds come off the clock. That, I mean, I understand when the ball's in the backcourt, but the moment that ball came to Owen Heckner, that should have been the foul.
Walters 2 out of 3 at the line tonight.
Just a 1-and-1, remember?
Yep. That was team foul number 7. 84-80 Jamestown. The New Yorker hit it for his 18th point. 85-80 Jamestown. 28.6 left in regulation. The Jimmies need this too. Walters spins, fires, hits. 86-80 for the Jimmies over the Comets.
I think it's got to be a 3 now.
25 seconds left, and that's why. Fisher left wing. Linus is out to defend him, now past him, and a drive to the lane rolls in, and a timeout by Mayville State. That's 20 now for Justin Fisher, and it's 86-82 Jamestown with 17.3 left. Still a couple of timeouts left for Mayville State. A Hillerud construction timeout. We'll keep it here again.
So now you go for a very hard trap, and if you don't get it, it has to be a foul. It just does.
Yep.
And then you have to hope that Jamestown misses free throws. And if they don't, it'll be 5 straight wins.
With, again, VCSU coming here tomorrow, our doubleheader coverage. And again, we're on Q101 tomorrow, remember? And we're on the air tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Fisher, like so many of these players are on this team for Mayville State, is a transfer from Chandler Gilbert Community College. He is from Phoenix. And this is his high as a Comet. He had 21 against Trinity Bible College earlier in the year and 20 against Minnesota Morris. And he has, it's 20 is what he has, not 22. So this ties for the second most as a Comet.
If you're looking for someone to foul, I don't think you can be picky about it with 17 seconds left. But if you wanted to be,
Linus.
I mean, Jimmie Linus would be the guy, right?
Glasgow's 65%.
No, Glasgow's not out there. Yeah.
Glasgow is not out there. And you don't want to foul Cordes because he's missed exactly 1 all year.
There's
Benyon
the trap.
breaks through a double team trap. They don't foul. Now they do. Benyon tackled almost by Williams, who did help him up.
That is way too long. They should have fouled the moment he broke that double.
Yeah, absolutely. 10.3 left. Williams' 4th foul. And Benyon, well, he's 72%. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And it would be not quite in the bag yet, but much better for Jamestown if Silas can hit both of these. 10.3, there have been a lot of points scored in 10 seconds before.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not over yet, man.
I remember Oregon getting 6 in 2 seconds against USC.
Yep. First to 2 for Silas, or front end of 1-1 for his 23rd point. Good. 87-82 Jamestown. He'll have another.
I wonder if Cy is a Duck fan or a Beaver fan, being from Oregon.
I have not asked him that, but being from Eugene, I have a pretty good idea. The second, he's good. 88-82 Jamestown, 10.3 left. Must score Mayville State. It's got to be a 3, really. Yep. Fisher for J.J. White. Makes Linus Swiss. Linus blocked it. To Binion down Florida. Cordes put it in the record book, baby. In a late game situation, the Jimmies came through with a late run and extend their winning streak to 5. Down 4 over midway through the second half. Well, with 4.5 minutes left, they were down 4. But they end the game on a 16-6 run and stay, they will likely, in second place in the NSAA. Put it in the record book, baby. Ring that victory bell. Jamestown has won 5 in a row.
Tiebreaker clinched, just in case. They have beaten Mayville State, in fact, twice. Final score in the Gun Real Sports scoreboard, the Jamestown Jimmies 88, the Mayville State Comets 82. Jamestown now 10-7 overall and 5-1 in the NSAA with 5 straight wins. Mayville State 12-7 overall and 3-3 in the North Star. Wasn't that a lot of fun? Oh yeah, that was awesome, man.
Our M Stout postgame show comes next on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services.